You wrote another great piece. There is no excuse for failure to charge Trump for his role in January 6th. You said the Justice Department cannot be so afraid of losing a case or political blowback it fails to do its duty. Jody and I got on either side of Adam Schiff and Walter the dogged him about what's...
I saw the photos.
Yes. Charlie, like the rest of us, he does not sound particularly hopeful the Justice Department is going to do something, but that doesn't mean we should stop fighting. And part of it is the piece you wrote about it. We have to, when these public hearings go live, we have to create such an outcry. There has got to be at least enough pressure on the DOJ that they would have to explain why not, right?
Well, yeah, but I think to be fair, sitting around, chasing, they're not doing the John Ashcroft thing where they ignore terrorism and chase Tommy Chong for selling bongs and stuff. I mean,
right.
Just really bad.
You talked specifically, you said the filing that the lawyers for the Congressional Committee looking into the events of January 6th dropped in court last week, part of the committee's continuing effort to get John Eastman to turn over email correspondence seems to have fallen quite hard on the heads of congressional Republicans. Mike Braun said any criminal referral from the House would probably have as much political taint on it as you can get. Oh, please let Lindsey Graham talk about that taint. Okay. And then you said, Thom Tillis said at least half the country would say it's all politically motivated. I mean, are we seriously going to be intimidated? But really? Now a warning from Republicans that it's going to get partisan and nasty?
Yeah,
really?
Thom Tillis isn't even going to be there. I mean, he's retiring.
Yeah.
These are the guys I don't understand.
Yeah.
The people who are retiring from the Senate, who are never going to run for anything again in their lives, who are still spooked.
Yeah.
By the crazy people.
But you said
that to me.
You said it. You said
Thom Tillis, those guys.
Yeah. You said
I don't get them.
You said I love it when they get all butched up and start throwing out threats and admonitions, especially when it's in defense of a vulgar talking yam that most of them like to see blasted off to Neptune at the earliest opportunity. And Lindsey Graham Exhibit A would just. But that's. I guess my question is, Merrick Garland gave the press conference, right, Charlie, about we are going to go all the way to the top. Whoever, no one's above the law, blah, blah, blah. How do you stop at the foot soldiers and go, no, we're not going to prosecute anyone that incited or funded this? Well,
I think the incitement and funding thing is harder to prove. I think it takes more investigating. I've not lost hope in the DOJ. I know, Ellie's going to come on later and light Merrick Garland on fire.
Yes. So your job is to put it out.
And it's a reasonable position to take at this point, I think.
Yeah.
I still have faith.
Same here.
I do.
The DOJ will do something.
I'm always hopeful. You said there's no risk that isn't worth taking. If the institutions of democracy mean anything anymore, they have to be strong enough to keep the former president as far away from political power as he is kept from teenage beauty queens. This isn't calculation anymore. It's duty, plain and simple. And if it means political war, let it come.
Yes.
I mean, I would argue the war's already here. I mean, they couldn't be much more partisan. I mean, up to and including rooting for Putin over President Biden, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, this has been the frustrating thing about the Democrats for years. They won't do something because they're afraid of Republican blowback. Well, you're going to get Republican blowback no matter what you do. You might as well do the right thing.
Right. Yeah. No, exactly. Well, so let's look at this latest thing. So John Eastman's attorneys fired back at the Select Committee, attempting to, I love this, by attempting to take apart the committee's claim that Trump had criminal attempt with his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Eastman's lawyers argued that Trump sincerely believed the conspiracy theories being peddled by many of his allies about a stolen election, even though more of his advisors bluntly told him there was no truth to any such claims. I mean, to me, again, we'll ask Ellie as well. It's just legally, that seems really flimsy. To say, he's a crazy person that can believe crazy things, so this all doesn't count.
Yeah, talk to the next, poor, schizophrenic who hits a cop or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the guy will tell you he thought the cop was an emissary from Zonkarez, from Planet Zonkarez. It's ridiculous, and it's a way to run out the clock a little bit, but there's no. I mean, I hesitate to say this at this point, but there isn't a court in the land that's going to listen to that.
Yeah, yeah. Is there a planet Zonkarez? I'm just asking.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not in the Marvel universe.
Zonkarez was a rock and roll band in Worcester when I was growing up, so I just.
That's a great name.
Okay. Thank you.